TheFishingKit, time for another video. Today we're gonna do sort of an update video of something that I have done some time ago. Okay, and this is an update of an assist hook that I have made some time ago with wire, and I want to show you guys how we could make this actually better. Okay, because last time what we've done was basically it was a top-down video, and that was good and everything. It's just that the problem with that video is that it wasn't centered. So I'm gonna try to center this and do it like that so that you could see. Okay, and we're doing the easy method. There's a few ways of doing this, but yeah, we're doing the easy method. Now, if you're new to the channel, this channel talks about the hows and whys of fishing. We cover everything from big game, ultralight, everything in the middle, including fly fishing. And today, I'm going to show you how to make a wired, single strand wire assist hook that you could use for toothy critters. Now, majority of the time I don't really use it, but it's handy to have them just in case, you know, you're caught in the middle of the razor gang. And this, in tandem with the a short leader of wire, will basically save your jig, save your assist hooks, catch the fish, and practically save the day. Alrighty, there's gonna be a few tools that we're gonna use. Firstly, of course, you need a means to cut the wire. So I have a bolt cutter, and I have this diagonal, or actually straight pliers, which I have used already for this. And then I use a loop tool just so I get consistent loops from one assembly to the other. And then I have a small long-nosed vice grip that I always use when doing wire work. Just makes things easy. Alrighty, now first step, we make a loop. Okay, and then this loop should be big enough so that this thing moves. Now, this is about a I would say 6-inch section of wire, and I give myself a lot of room for this because you need the tags, okay, to actually make this work. So I will crimp it like so in the first position, and then make my loop. Okay, you can see there. Okay, right there, just like that. Now we can take the hook and put it it's gonna be not gonna be easy. Alright, so I'm gonna use a pair of pliers to just open it up a little bit. Okay, so there's a gap there now, as you can see. Okay, I'm gonna put the hook in. There we go. As you can see, the hook just fits perfectly like that. Now, this is a step that I did not take in the last video, which is the reason for the update as well. Now, I started doing this because I've noticed that on some instances the wire actually moved, and I didn't like that. Because when the wire moves, it means that there's a tendency for things to break. Okay, so we are going to, now what I'm doing here is I am making sure that the wire is crimped. I'm going to show you in a bit. The wire is crimped together with the eye of the hook. Okay, and I'm going to do that. See, now that's locked in. You can see that the wire is clipped together. Okay, now what I do is make this into a very deep V, and I do one twist, okay, 2 twists, and stop. Okay, and then from there I'm going to make this go straight like so. Okay, now sometimes it wants to move. Let it move, reposition, just tighten, and then we can go back to crimping this, because you don't want this to move. You want it as tight as possible. Alrighty, and you know what? This does not hurt the wire. So there, as you can see. Okay, now what I want is to push this. You see the wire's moving. Okay, what I want is to push this so that it's 90 degrees. We're gonna have to redo this. Alright, I want this to be fixed perfectly there. Now the wire won't move. So we straighten this wire, this piece, and then you could do this by hand, or you could do this with another tool like round nose pliers are actually good, but what you need is to keep this as tight as possible and then turn this, okay, turn that, and see, the wraps should be very very tight. Now for the purposes of having you see what I'm doing here, I'm gonna use a tool that normally I just use my fingers. Okay, so here I'm gonna use a small round nose plier. Okay, and what this does when I grip it is that it makes it super super tight, and then you turn this side right here. Okay, so you do like for this you could do 3-4 turns like so. That's enough, and you can see that the wraps, okay, I'm gonna zoom in just so you see, because this is very important. Okay, you can see that the wire is wrapped really tight. Now from here you can do two things. Okay, you can take a a diagonal cutter. Okay, wait. See, I have to use a small one just so you guys can see. Now, the object of this is not to cut it, but to put a nick on the thing. Okay, so here I'm just gonna go like that. Okay, just gonna go like that, and it basically scored the wire. Okay, and what you do is again turn like that, and if it doesn't break, okay, pull it back. And guess what? It will break. It should break at the place where you scored it. Okay, so see, there we go, just like that. And you can see here, I'm gonna show you, and this is very important. Okay, see that? Okay, I'm gonna run my fingers there, and you can see that I'm not gonna get hurt. Okay, now this is not as straight as I want, so what I will do is just pull this back a little bit so that it's straight. Okay, so that is that, and it has a good range of movement. Now remember, you can't really rely on the wire to act like a normal assist wire or assist cord, because it's stiff. So you have to put something that swivels there. There is another way where you put your wire in here and all that, and then you rely on this top section. This whole thing moves as a single unit. What you could do for something that's also temporary is just put a if you want this, you know, if you want that to be one single unit, you could just put a shrink tube, but that's temporary. Okay, now for me, I like it free swinging like that. Helps me hook more fish. Okay, so as you can see there, it sits straight. Okay, if it doesn't sit straight, okay, like, you know, your anal or something, take your pliers and then just pull whichever direction it's bending at. Okay, like so, and then it should be alright. Okay, so now just for the sake of realism, I have a 330 gram cutlass here, and we're gonna rig this with this. Now a word of note, a lot of people put a solid ring, okay, on like their assemblies and stuff. With this, you actually already have a solid ring inbuilt. Because remember, this is kind of hard, right? So what you could do is just look at the orientation of the eye and where it should be. So the eye should be on the vertical plane, okay? So when it's on the vertical plane, what happens is that this hook is orientated the correct way. So you have this the same as the orientation here, because this one right here is also on a flat plane, on a sorry, this is the vertical plane because this is on the horizontal plane. Okay, now what do you do? So make this eye a bit bigger. Okay, now you want this to sit about here. Okay, so make your eye right there. So we start with that, and we're gonna do like the third eye right here, because, well, it'll make the ring bigger. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Okay, we're going to push forward, forming kind of like a shoulder, and then we go around like so. As you can see, formed a nice eye. Okay, again, we want to put a small twist here before we actually before we tighten things, because we don't want this to mess up on us. Okay, so I'm going to adjust this so it accommodates this. There we go. So that's not gonna move. Be very careful. This thing, if it clamps on, well, if it hits you, it'll hurt. So just like the other one, what we will do is just form a V, and then from here, okay, we're gonna do this left-handed. All right, we're gonna twist this 2 times. That's 1. That's 2. It's actually just 1.5, like so. Okay. Add another one for good measure, I guess, like that. Just another half twist, and then we pull this 90-degree, straighten that out. Okay, and then take our pliers right here. Okay, and then turn. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there we go. Now, as with the other one, we'll just lightly score this. So it's very difficult sometimes, you know, when you're doing this, because you don't know the pressure, but after a while you get used to it. And then just go like that. Okay, so it's in, and then we reverse back. Use the other one. Okay, go back. Okay, and actually there we go. Take this out. When it's tight, bang, just like that. Now we have that eye, this eye, and we just straighten it out just so it's clean, like so. Okay, and then we install, so you guys can see. Okay, so with the cutlass I install it like that. Okay, on this side, not on this side, because this is the heavy side, and when you let go of this it slides and it actually flutters like that. If you have your hook here, it'll tangle. I'm sure others would argue. But if they catch fish, then hey. Alrighty, so there we go. That's it, as you can see. And obviously you could put a solid ring here as well if that's what you like, but you know it's kind of moot. So let me just put this here. There we go. So as you can see, that thing just hangs perfectly on the side right here. If it doesn't hang straight, all you have to do is just twist it a bit. Wire is like that, okay, and then it'll just adjust on its own like that. Okay, if you want it to be on the side like that, okay, you could put another solid ring here. It's really up to you. uh, Honestly, I don't really hook a lot of fish with this configuration. Some people do. I've seen it happen before, but there we go. For the razor gang, this thing works. Alrighty. So as you can see, the hook hangs perfectly right there on the side. When it bites, it's done in Kanmaru on this one. Gamakatsu Kanmaru. Alrighty, so that's it. If you have questions, give me a heads up in the comment section. Of course, I always answer, as you know. If you learned from this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to learn more and haven't yet, click on that subscribe button. Don't forget to click on the notification bell while you're at it, so that each and every single time we upload important videos such as this, you get notified. Righty? And if you want to support the channel even more, click on the join button. There's actually choices there if you just want to buy me a coffee. And of course, if you want to support this channel to help it move forward faster. Alrighty? So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.